Welcome to Chasing Fabulous, the show where we dive into the fun and exciting world of luxury, style, and sophistication. Join us as we explore what it really means to live a fabulous life, from amazing places to inspiring people and unforgettable experiences. Get ready to be hooked as we uncover the essence of fabulousness in every episode. Each adventure brings new stories and surprises, showing you how to add a touch of fabulous to your own life. Let's chase down the extraordinary together.
Hey everybody, welcome to Chasing Fabulous with Monica and Linda.
Hello everybody.
Hello. We're here. Oh my gosh, we're so excited about today's show.
Oh, absolutely.
We have been wanting to do this show with James for such a very long time. This is a show that's very close to my heart because I've been fighting weight my whole entire life. Mm-hmm. So we met James Berlin. He's the owner of SCULPT at Legacy MedSpa, and he's going to be here today. And we're going to talk about a lot of things about weight loss and anti-aging and just exciting. I'm so thrilled.
Love it.
So let's hurry up and get through stuff.
Okay, we can do that.
Did we do anything this week?
What do you think we did this weekend?
I don't know.
Think back in your mind.
Oh, hey, guess what? We had a pop-up shop
Yes.
at Good Shepherd Lutheran Church food truck event.
Yep.
Gosh.
It was so fun. It
Yes.
was
It was so great, and we did so well. So we're going to be there this Friday.
We are. We're going to be there again. Come and see us.
Yeah, 6 to
Come and
9
see us.
at Good Shepherd Lutheran Church at 3434 Hempstead Turnpike, right by Home Depot in Levittown. And we'll bring all of our Poppy Lane stuff. So that's the chance for you guys all to see the Poppy Lane stuff that we keep talking about endlessly for
Actually, I think it's 5 to 9.
2 years. Is it 5 to 9?
Yes, it is. They have really good food.
But then you told me I didn't have to be ready till 6, so you were just calming
Oh,
me down.
because people were eating, yeah. Because people,
You were calming me down.
because people wanted to enjoy
they
the
were.
food. I mean, it's Food Truck Fridays. They
It
want
was
to enjoy the
really
food.
fun.
Wasn't it
Mark,
fun?
Mark DJ'd, and everybody was dancing, and the kids were out there. It was so much
It was a lot
fun.
of fun. I had 2 hats on, working with you and him.
Yes, it was really fun. This
was a good
week, I
time.
think they have, Mary Marie told me last night they had, they're having a couple of a guitar player and a singer or something like
that's
that this
very
week.
nice.
And then,
Oh.
But Mark will be back there.
He'll be
because
back.
they love
He'll
him.
be
And we had
back.
so much fun.
Yeah, it was
so
a good
come
time.
down. We're going to come down. We're going to try to do that as much as we can.
Yeah, man, we have a lot of nice
Yeah.
stuff, honestly. And the holidays are coming. We get some gifts.
Oh, we got some new bling bags.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God, so exciting. So the holidays this week are, I'm just going to talk about one. And today, because today is September 11th. And we all remember September 11th, right?
Oh, how can we forget?
You know,
I'll never forget that
It's
day.
a day that just forever changed our lives.
I'll never forget that. Now, I can't even believe that happened in my lifetime. When you go back in your mind,
Right.
does it feel like, wow, what the heck was
I
that?
don't know.
Like
It
was
almost
so
feels like a movie,
crazy.
doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
And everybody has such a recollection of where they were on that day,
Yes.
what they were doing. It's so fresh
Yeah.
in my mind because it was so devastating.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah. Oh, it was
Terrible.
horrible. It was just terrible. And then, like, you know, I just want to honor there's 3,000 lives
Oh,
lost,
yeah.
all the first responders, everyone that helped, everyone that stood up. Listen, we remember every day.
We're not going to forget either. And there's people still dealing with that. A lot of people
Yep.
have had cancer after that.
Oh, my
All the
gosh.
first responders that were down there cleaning up that
Yep.
horrible. It's so sad, very sad.
Yep.
But
Well, I just
You know.
also want everybody not to forget where our freedom comes from. You know, it comes from bravery, sacrifice, and unwavering spirit of everybody that stood
Never-
strong and stands up for us. My nephew that went to the army after that, like it's just very touching and very, you know, we just have to always do a retrospective on September 11th.
right, freedom is something that you should not take for granted.
And it's
in
not
this
free.
country. This country, no, its freedom isn't free.
No.
It's not. And the people have lost their lives.
Right.
Giving us that freedom, so we should never take it for granted. I know I don't.
Right.
I think it's amazing. I mean, don't forget. Just don't forget.
And you know what's funny is you know, I grew up in the Midwest, so you know, when you're in the middle of something, like we had this happen to us here, right?
Yes.
And it was funny because every time I see the numbers 9/11 come on, like if it's 9/11 at night or if it's, you know, whatever numbers come up, if it's on wherever it could be, I always think of that.
Me too.
But you know, people in other areas don't always think, they don't always think of that when they see those numbers, right? They don't always see 9/11. They don't think of that immediately.
I don't know about you, but I see it a lot.
I see it a lot.
I must see it every other day.
Yeah.
I think of that, and my father-in-law was born on that birthday, so I think of his birthday. So I say, hi, Dad.
Yep.
But I also say, oh, my God, that day. That day is,
Yeah.
it's just always be ingrained in,
Yep.
in your mind.
Yep.
Because it was so close to home, too. I mean,
Right.
that was New York City. We're on Long Island.
Right.
Everybody was terrified that it was just, we were done.
Right, exactly. So anyway, today, take a minute to do a little bit of silence and remember all the people that we lost and all the people that stood up in the courage and the bravery, and we love all of you, and we think of you and we pray for you every day.
Yes.
Okay.
Very nice. Yes.
Now let's talk about fun facts.
Uh-oh.
Fabulous fun facts, of which,
Fabulous
yeah,
fun
well,
facts.
you'll see. Fun facts. She's teasing me already. We're back.
I have to. It's my job.
You know.
I know. What? You know. What?
I know that I did not put the new
No.
intro in yet.
It needs to say fabulous fun
It
facts.
does. And I did that, and I said I was going to have it this week, and once again, it was a good intention.
That's all right. Yes.
I have
okay.
really good intentions of things.
I know that.
But it doesn't
You and
always
my
happen.
husband, you both have a good intentions.
Yes. So today, since we're talking about health and weight loss and anti-aging and all those kind of things, I just did a couple of fun facts. Did you know that most fat leaves your body through your lungs?
No, I did not know that. That's something
When you
I've
burn
never
fat,
heard of.
it breaks down into carbon dioxide and water. That means you actually breathe out the majority of your lost weight.
All right. We're breathing here. Let's
So
start
we're
breathing.
breathing here.
Let's start breathing.
Do it. How much do we lose? We should have brought a scale to see if it worked. No. I knew you were going to do that
my
too.
God.
When I wrote that one down, I thought Linda's going to breathe.
it was
Linda's going to say, "You're breathing here."
You know me so well.
Muscle burns calories even at rest.
I could believe. I see that.
A pound of muscle can burn up to 3 times more calories than a pound of fat. So strength training is a secret metabolism booster.
Okay.
It's the truth.
I believe it.
Sleep is a weight loss superpower. How many hours of sleep do you get at night, do you think?
Not enough. I can sleep. The most I could get is 6 hours, if I do. But most of the time it's 5 hours. I just wake up. I don't know what
me
it
too.
is.
Well, I wake up at 3:33, but that's a whole other story. So people who get less than 7 hours of sleep are more likely to gain weight because of hormonal changes that increase hunger.
Great.
There you go. So you better get an extra hour. You better put
I'm
in
going to
there.
start doing more of my meditations.
Yeah, there you go.
I
Crash
don't know.
diets can backfire. Well, we
Oh,
know that.
that I
We
know.
so know that.
That I know.
Severe calorie restriction slows metabolism. Your body thinks it's in survival mode and hangs onto fat. We're going to
That's
talk
right.
to James about that too, because that is a huge problem for me. I have a huge problem eating. Like, it's very, very difficult.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, it's really hard. Like, I literally have to set an alarm at this point to eat, and it's not good. So I have to really, But the best one I thought is laughter burns calories.
Yes. I love
A
that.
solid 10 to 15 minutes of laughter can burn 40 to 50 calories.
Love it. Love
So
it.
what I'm thinking is that we have this hour. How many calories is that that you burn if you watch our show? It's a lot of calories.
We should start going to more comedy shows.
I
We can
know.
burn calories.
No, we're
laughing.
telling people you got to watch our show. You get a whole hour.
I know, but I'm just thinking about how true that could
So
be.
do you think we can advertise the show as being a
comedy?
fitness regimen?
A
It's your fit. Make
Watch
this part
the
of your-
show and lose weight while you laugh.
Exactly.
No.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
we
Well,
can do it.
hey, I want to get to the commercial and then get James up here because we have so many things to talk about. So we'll be right back.
Yes, don't go anywhere.
At SCULPT at Legacy MedSpa in Massapequa, aging beautifully isn't just a dream, it's science, confidence, and care. On the cutting edge of medical weight loss and body sculpting, we bring you the most advanced therapies available today. From GLP-1s and peptides to hormone optimization with bioidentical TRT and HRT to non-surgical body sculpting and collagen-boosting treatments. This is the future of wellness, here and now. At SCULPT, everything we do is centered around you. Our team creates personalized treatment plans designed to fit your goals, your body, and your lifestyle. With the convenience of telehealth consultations, expert guidance is just a click away, so support and care are always within reach, no matter where you are. Why fight aging when you can finesse it? SCULPT is where transformation begins and confidence lasts. Visit SCULPT at Legacy MedSpa in Massapequa, because the most fabulous version of you is waiting.
Hey, we're back. Welcome back. We are so excited to introduce you to James Berlin of SCULPT at Legacy MedSpa in Massapequa.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
He's been a friend of ours for a very long time, correct?
Yes,
We've
years.
met, oh my gosh, probably like, what do we say, 11, like 10?
I would say,
Gotta be at
I
least
think it was
10.
about 10 years ago. I
About
think
10 years ago,
2015.
right when you were starting out and you were starting your business, and oh my gosh, we really admire you because you are and we feel like you are an expert in the areas that we're going to talk about today.
Well, thank you very much.
Yes, you're just great, and you you have really come a long way in bringing these technologies to Long Island. And I think that a lot of people don't know about what we're going to talk about today.
Right.
So how did you get into, you started out as a pharmacist.
Well, first
You
of all,
still-
let's find out
Oh, yeah.
where are you from originally?
I was born a young child.
You were born a young child?
I was born a young
In Queens.
You didn't mean to come out like this.
How far do you want to go back?
Right.
Where were you born? In Queens?
When I was on Chasing Marvelous, they didn't ask me these questions.
Well, those are the marvelous girls. Those
I'm
aren't
always
fabulous
interested
girls.
where people come from. It's
Yeah.
always my thing.
Yeah,
Queens?
I was Long Island City, Queens. And
Okay.
Then, we hopped over to Flushing and then transplanted to Nassau County.
Oh, there you go.
And then you went to school to be a pharmacist.
Yeah, I went to St. John's University.
Was that your
Ooh,
thing?
Joan
You
will
wanted
love
to be
that.
a pharmacist?
Yeah, I worked in a pharmacy from the time I was very young, 14, 15.
Oh, wow.
Delivering on my skateboard and
Did you really?
getting to know how to fill out claim forms that don't exist anymore. Because
Wow.
everything is digital.
Yeah, I know. Remember that?
And I said, you know what? I was going to go into computers like my father, but
Yeah.
everybody was doing that. And so
Yes.
how many jobs are going to be available? Not knowing the world would change.
Yeah.
There are that many jobs computer related, but so I said, let me do what my boss is doing. It seems like he has good quality of life.
Yeah.
And I went to St. John's University School of Pharmacy. I'm a pharmacist. They recruited me right away to teach the next year.
Wow, nice.
And at that year, they changed the curriculum that you could do a bachelor's for 5 years, and the following year was a mandatory doctorate.
Oh,
So I told my former professor, who is now my employer, I said, I don't feel comfortable teaching doctoral students when I have a bachelor's degree. And he said, the world changed, the academics changed. It's not your fault. Years ago
Okay.
it was 2 years.
Right.
It's like law school, you would just take the test and be a lawyer. So things have changed, so we want you here. So I taught for a few years, and I got a job working for a chain pharmacy. I eventually opened my own place.
nice.
And I did that for 13 years, and a lot of stress.
Yeah.
Sold that, and now we have a different approach to how we do things. Not only healthier for the patient, but also my quality of life.
That's fabulous.
Because
That's
it's,
great.
Healthcare is very stressful for the practitioner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
It's supposed to
can't
be a
even
good
imagine.
example, but
Yeah.
like just night shift alone
Yes.
is very bad for you.
Oh,
you know,
it's so, yes.
men have heart attacks and women go into menopause early just working the night shift.
Yes.
No
Plus all
kidding.
plus all the stress.
Yeah.
You mentioned hormonal changes about
Yes.
sleep. It's definitely true.
Yeah.
Right, especially in the healthcare arena, correct?
Correct.
The healthcare arena, I'm sure you can agree, has changed
Yeah.
substantially through the last 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, of course, there's so much technology and so many good things that are happening, and we're saving lives and so forth.
Yeah.
But nutrition and general health,
Yeah.
and obesity epidemic, childhood obesity,
Yeah.
and all these things.
No, it's
you know,
so sad.
becoming more sedentary. Children
Yeah.
and adults
Yes.
in general.
And then you started seeing some of these wellness innovations coming out, correct?
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
you
yeah.
just said, "Hey, I got to bring this to the public."
Definitely. It's kind of a hobby of mine as well. So it's not only just a business model. So everything new that comes out, every new study or whatever, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Does this connect to that? And it's interesting because athletes, models, bodybuilders, they don't wait 10 years for studies to come out.
Right.
They just do everything.
Right.
Right.
So when a study comes out and
True.
says that, okay, you take a medicine for weight loss, it also helps fatty liver. It also reduces the body fat percentage. They already knew that. And then combining it with devices, like things that increase muscle, reduce fat, plus a peptide or plus a glutide, weight loss and other things,
Right.
work better than either one being used alone.
Oh.
So these studies have only come out in the last 6 to 8 months. But bodies, models, bodybuilders, and actors, they've been doing it for years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I
Because
believe
they're just
that.
gonna do everything.
Yeah, they don't
You know,
care.
they
They got
don't
the
wait.
money. They'll
Right,
just
they got
do
the
it.
money,
They
and
don't
then,
wait.
And they do it, yeah.
Right, and their doctors don't wait for the studies, correct? Their
Exactly.
doctors say, "Hey, look what I found. Here's something great. Let's try it."
Yeah, and they give them the money and they do it. That's it.
Like a Beverly Hills boutique medicine.
Yes.
They have the money, so the doctor has to be responsible and say, okay, for you to get such and such a treatment, you have to have a criteria. So if you have a pain and inflammation in the elbow, that will justify a peptide treatment, but not just because you want to look better in a bathing suit. So you want to have a responsible professional,
Right.
ordering it or writing the prescription or sending it electronically. Now they don't really write a paper
Right.
often.
Everything's electronic.
And everything
Just
is
the
about
person is right
now.
for that
Everything. The
person.
key word is anti-aging, right? Well,
Right.
listen,
Yes.
Linda and I are 62. We are very proud of that. I love being in my 60s. I love it.
Me too.
I feel like I look and feel better than I have my entire life, and I want to know about it. Like I want to know what's going to help people our age and younger. Even we were talking about my grandkids the other night. We were together, and I was telling them about my grandkids and how the younger kids are obsessed. These kids are obsessed with skincare, obsessed with it. There is brands coming out of the woodwork for these children's skincare, and you're like, what in the world? But maybe there's something to it. I don't know. What do you think about it?
I mean, I have a lot of opinions.
I think
Yeah,
it's
no,
given.
hey, say 'em.
Not always popular.
Yeah.
First of all, I'll show you a little tidbit. I have a friend who's a funeral director, and he said, the only way to stop aging is to die. So we're all aging. I said, yeah, but we can fight it. He goes, what do you mean? Well, a baby is born, the blood vessel is like a rubber band. But then an old diabetic who smokes, it's like a paper towel roll.
Oh.
And it's rigid, and pieces flake off, and that can become a stroke or a heart attack. So you're not going to stop it. No one's going to live forever.
Right.
But it's not just years to life, it's quality to those years.
Yes.
So if you just do whatever until 50, you're going to have most likely a pretty bad second half. From 50 on, if you make it, to lifespan, which it used to be 80 something, and
Right.
it's dropping. It keeps dropping. So between accidents, cancer, narcotics, and it's dropping. The suicides, it's dropping. The
Yep.
lifespan. So, but skincare for a child is basically sunscreen and hydrate. They don't
Well,
really.
Right.
They
So
really
it's like
don't
a little
need anything.
moisturizer.
Social media came up with this. How can
Oh,
we get
I
kids
mean,
to buy skincare? They love social media,
Yeah.
and they make it look so good for them. You know, I
Exactly.
mean,
But even adults,
impressionable minds.
adults have a
Impressionable
skincare regimen sometimes with 8 different things. They don't need all that. They just need to cleanse and moisturize. But the only topical thing that
minds. Look at my skin. I've been doing it for 8 years.
I know.
now.
She's very. Linda
Well,
is
it's a regimen. I cleanse, I tone, I use a serum, I use an eye cream, and I use a moisturizer.
All right. That's only
twice a
5,
day.
so that's good.
Right.
So you're under the 8.
not
Right,
bad.
but
not
it's
bad.
not just skincare.
I think it's reasonable.
James,
It's reasonable.
James, just
James, is that okay?
follow me here. It's not just skincare, it's healthy living. The way you eat, the way you sleep, and the way you exercise. And what's the biggest thing that causes wrinkles? Stress. Stress. Stress is the killer that's killing us, basically. But how do you live a stress-free life? But what can help it is all these things, right? Just taking care of yourself.
Exactly.
And I don't call it a diet, it's healthy eating, right?
Right,
You
because
have to-
diets, ultimately you have to quit or they fail.
Exactly.
So
So it's all about a
long-term
healthy
strategy.
lifestyle, which a lot of us don't do. I mean, I may do the skincare, but I'm in terrible shape. I need to get in shape.
Yeah.
Right.
That's part of the problem.
Do you think that you having a medical background in the pharmacy helped you have a different perspective on some of the anti-aging and the wellness that's coming out?
Yes, I can tell you for sure. When Retin-A cream came out, they were using it for acne, and the mothers were stealing the cream and putting it here
Oh.
because they realized it was reducing wrinkles. That is still to date one of the most effective anti-aging things is prescription Retin-A cream.
Really?
Or tretinoin.
Okay.
The over-the-counter retinols, they do something, but it's not as strong. Everything else is a moisturizer, and what you find in the mall at the cosmetics counter often is very expensive, and if it contains anything that's changing the skin, it contains such a small amount that it's not effective. So if they say something called Matrixyl helps the skin at the 5% level, they may put 0.5 because they want to keep the product cost down. So everything's leaving the factory for a few dollars. They put it up for 90, 50% off it's 45. You think you got a deal, but the thing shouldn't have been more than $10.
So do all those creams,
business.
do they really get into your skin, and do they go under the other layers of your skin? Do they help?
The older ones didn't, but the ones now that have these certain peptides like Matrixyl and other things that are similar, they call it Atox, which is like similar to, they can't say it's Botox, but it relaxes the wrinkles. They are doing something. But a lot of the products, it's just cosmetic. It's moisturizing. When they say reduces the appearance, they're very careful with the terminology. Reduces the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. That's good. But you know what else does? Butter, Armor All, water, Vaseline. If you put it on, take a picture, but nothing dry.
It's going to reduce the appearance of your wrinkles.
Olive oil makes you look better. You're shiny, but is it going to help long term? Probably not. I mean, Botox we know does, but it only works for 4 to 6 months. If you keep doing it, maybe you get a little more time out of it.
What do you feel about? What's your feelings about Botox and those kind of things, those kind of injectables?
Botox, I'm a fan of. I think it's great. The filler, you have to be careful, and you really have to know your injector, because there are some people who are not qualified, legally not qualified, or they're licensed but don't have the experience. And there's a small chance when they inject filler that they could hit an artery and it can go up, and that could be stroke or death. So thank God it doesn't happen often. But,
right.
Yeah.
So I mean, Botox party's not probably the best idea.
I mean, I think you would want it in a clinical setting,
Yeah, I don't think I would ever be able to. I couldn't do that. That would be weird. People do that all the time.
I know.
They're like, oh, hey, we're having a Botox party at my house. You're like, what? I'm not doing that. That's insane to me.
Yeah.
I'm not really too worried about my getting wrinkles myself. That's just my own personality. But a lot of people worry about. They're like, and you know what gets me? Let me just tell you this. The people freak out about these 2 lines here. Everybody has them.
I've had this since I'm 17.
Me too.
So to me, it's not aging.
Yeah.
I know.
It's just always been there. So.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny when people get that done.
It's
when
weird.
they smile, then they can't move their forehead. And that doesn't match the rest of the face. So if you start with that, then let me do my eyes, let me do this, you become a Botox junkie before you know it.
Right.
But I just you gotta have the lines. So we just try and cover them up now. But
I don't even try.
We can't even do it. They're so they're just there.
Yeah, I just don't want to get what they got. Listen, everybody knows that I've been on Saxenda and Wegovy. We've talked about this endless times on the show. This is something that is very dear to my heart. I mean, James knows how much I've struggled with my weight my whole life. And I mean, I used to be almost 500 pounds. And then I had gastric bypass 11 years ago. And then I gained weight back. And then I was down and up and down. And then I feel like the weight loss drugs came out, and then I was first on Saxenda for a year, and then of course you couldn't get that. So then I had to go on Wegovy, and it has been a lifesaver for me. It has been miraculous. And so there's a lot of mixed opinions about GLP-1s, and I want to talk about that in the next segment. So we're going to go to a quick commercial, we're going to come back and we're going to talk about all the weight loss stuff, which is very juicy. We'll be right back.
Looking to take your party from boring to unforgettable? Most DJs just play music. Mark Pretter creates unforgettable moments. Welcome to On the Mark Music, where every beat hits just right and every event becomes a night to remember. From once-in-a-lifetime weddings to milestone birthdays and corporate bashes, Mark brings the energy, the experience, and the vibe. With flawless transitions, custom playlists, and a pulse on the party. He's more than just a DJ. He's the soundtrack to your best night ever. On the Mark music. Your event, your vibe, perfectly played.
This is no.
Yeah.
Hey, we're back. We're back here with James Berlin. He's the owner of SCULPT at Legacy MedSpa in Massapequa. And we are talking weight loss, anti-aging, TRTs. We're talking about all kinds of stuff that you don't even know what it is. But everybody pretty much knows what the GLP-1s are. Well, we say, oh, it's a GLP-1. What can you explain it on more like in a layman's term of what is it exactly that these drugs do?
Right. So basically, GLP-1 is the first one of this new generation drug. It's glucagon-like peptide type 1. That is brand name Ozempic and Wegovy. So basically, they affect one receptor in the stomach that calls the brain for food, and it also helps with the metabolic rate. That's the first one. GLP-2 is tirzepatide. That's sold as Mounjaro and Zepbound. Zepbound is FDA approved for sleep apnea.
Oh.
However, when some people go and pick up the prescription, they're told the copay is $700. So it's covered, but it's normally $1,700 or whatever.
I know.
They reduce the price, but there's always something. And if they get it for $400, by the third month it goes back up to $1,000, and people end up quitting it. And then you have GLP-3, which is not released yet. FDA will approve it in 26 or 27.
And what's that going to be?
That's going to be 3 receptors, but you worry about if these things are so strong and the person doesn't really need to eat much, and they don't, even though the medicine doesn't cause hypoglycemia, if you don't eat, your sugar will go low.
Yeah.
So you must eat, like you said, timing your food.
Yeah.
At least have some eggs in the morning, a little salad with grilled chicken at lunch, and even if you don't have an appetite, a little bit.
You have to.
You have to sustain yourself, and you don't want to be missing vitamins and minerals, which leads to what they call Ozempic face, or hair loss, because the drugs don't change your face, and they don't cause hair to fall out.
Right.
But if you're not eating something nutritious, and a lot of people even who are overeating, they're overfed, undernourished. McDonald's and Wendy's and Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A has 57 ingredients in the chicken sandwich. We still don't know why.
Right.
So it's not something that's healthy. So even if you eat less of those foods, you're still not getting the nutrients. So
And I went through that on Wegovy. I mean, when I didn't as much on Saxenda, but when I went on Wegovy, that was a big problem. I mean, and Linda knows because she's been with me when I've almost passed out because I forgot to eat. I mean, I'll give you a quick example. I even just at the we had the pop-up shop Friday, right? So Thursday I ate, but I didn't eat a lot. You know, Friday it was hot out. I had something for breakfast. I can't even remember what it was. Didn't eat a lot for dinner. We were there. I had a corn dog. Woohoo! That's very nutritious. I had that Saturday morning. Woke up. I was sicker. I was so nauseous, so sick, and I'm like, I have to eat. I didn't eat enough the last couple of days, and you get lightheaded, and you do that because that's what happens. Yeah. So I really, literally have to set myself an alarm in the morning. Monica, you got to get up, go eat. Either have like boiled eggs, right? Boiled eggs,
that's the easiest thing.
It's so good for protein.
Yeah.
Or just some chicken. And you know what? But it's great because I don't think about eating all the time. And that's what happens when you're overweight is when you're severely overweight, that you just really think about food all the time.
Yeah, I was over 300 pounds.
Yeah.
I would have breakfast and immediately think, what am I going to have for lunch?
What am I going to have? Exactly.
And I'm like, I can't even eat right now. But the problem, it's not just me and you, it's the human body. So when you're into a cycle of overeating, especially the carbs, the system starts to wear out.
Right.
So the hunger receptors in the stomach call the brain for food, separate from what we want. So if I say, I'm in the mood for a slice of pizza, that's just my preference. But the stomach knows, as blood sugar is dropping, tell the brain, send food down. So it's a cycle, almost like a phone call of the stomach receptors calling the brain, send food, send food, send food. Like a crazy ex-boyfriend who doesn't stop. Send food, send food, send food.
But who knew that the stomach was so connected to the brain like that?
Yeah, there's crosstalk. They call it crosstalk. So it's not even up to you.
Fascinating.
Your preferences, but and like if you have an injury, the body knows the foot is hurt. It's sending a message to the brain. And maybe you don't feel like taking on a new project or reading a book or whatever because your body's healing and it's focusing on that now. But this is all going on like in the background.
Yeah, God.
Once the medication is on board for weight loss, whichever one it is, the call is like this. Hello, brain? Yeah. You want to send some food down? Okay. That's it.
Wow.
And that food lasts a long time.
Yes.
So you could have your eggs in the morning, and if you're busy, I know I lost 65 pounds on the meds 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm like, I haven't eaten since
Yes.
those 2 poached eggs that I
Exact-
ate in the dark.
Right. Yes, and I'm full, and I'm still
And
full.
I don't need anything. Where before I would have a big breakfast and think, what's for lunch?
Exactly. Exactly. Do you think? Let me ask you a question, because this is a question I have about the GLP-1. Do you feel like these drugs change what you want to eat? Because I feel like that has changed my whole system has changed. Like, I never thought I would be the person that would be on board with the you have to eat to live. Like, I live to eat, right? So, and then people would be like, oh yeah, you gotta eat to live. Now I'm like, what? But now I understand that. Right. But also, when I go to eat something that isn't great, my body craves fruits and vegetables and protein. Does that have something to do with those drugs?
Definitely. So the medication has a lot to do with the reward center of the brain. So we noticed that people who they were binging before, or they were drinking a lot of alcohol, now they have one drink, they can't even finish it. Like, I don't even want it. There's someone who was used to saying they would have 2 or 3 glasses of wine or 2 or 3 beers when they went out. They have half one, like, I had enough. So it definitely has something to do with that. And I could tell you personally, I look for salad, whereas I never thought salad was a food item.
I hate it.
That's the one thing she will not look for is salad.
Oh my God! So, but then I keep texting her pictures of salad. I'm like, look what I ate for dinner. She goes, how'd you eat a salad? I go, I don't know. I'm like, but that's what happens.
I could tell you when I would sit down and someone would put a salad in front of me, I would say, this is not food.
No, it's not.
This is a promissory note.
Yes.
That if I don't leave, food will come.
Yes.
So I love
that.
And wait for the food to come.
Yes.
Because salad means food is coming.
Oh yeah.
But now we had a salad for salad.
Well,
for lunch
you grew up Italian, right?
Yeah. Well,
so then that was your salad course.
Then you get your entree.
Oh my God.
Well, I remember them saying you have to starve a fever and stuff a cold.
Yeah.
I said my mother stuffed the fever. She stuffed the cold. She stuffed the turkey.
Yeah.
She stuffed the broken leg. Everything was stuffed.
Everything was stuffed.
Well, eat to feel better.
Eat equals love. But
Yes.
Mom, we're not poor in the country like Pop 150 years ago.
Yeah.
We have a refrigerator in the supermarket, we don't need to eat that much anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
One of the things that you and I have talked about over the time is the maintenance after you like. I feel like these drugs are made to stay on them forever. I think they kind of want you to, but I don't want to. So now I'm done. I'm pretty much done. I'd like to lose maybe like 10 more pounds, but what do I do now?
Yeah, I'd like
with
to
the
know
maintenance.
that too.
Yeah,
And you guys have that. They have the best program. Wait till you hear about this.
That's a very, very good point. So, the drug companies, of course, it's no secret they're in the business for profit, and they encourage the doctors to bring the doses up high and then keep them on until they reach a goal and discontinue. The problem is if you don't taper off, if you just discontinue, those phone calls start up again. The appetite starts to increase, and the metabolism slows because it's missing that. Maybe it almost got lazy from the injection, so the metabolism slows once you abruptly stop the injection. So there should be a tapering off period. But there's different schools of thought as to how much and when, and we kind of have a better feel for, our doctors know, better feel for what works best. And some people, they need a little more maintenance longer, and some people, they're done maybe 6 to 8 weeks, and they're off, and they're fine. But then it's their responsibility to keep small portions, keep walking, stay hydrated, get your sleep, get the greens in.
Right.
Not a super strict diet where somebody deprives themselves, because once you're in that mode of deprivation, you set up for failure. If someone says, I'm never going to eat pizza, they're not going to last 2 weeks, and then they're going to put in 4 slices.
Right.
Once in a while, I have a friend who's a professional athlete, and he was an actor on Broadway, and he was one of the older guys. He was like 40 when he got the job. It was a physical job, and the younger guys were hoping that he would gain weight, so they would take his job. And he loves pizza, but he allows himself 1 slice every 5 days.
Okay.
But he's still in the gym. He drinks his water. He takes his protein, and he can sustain that. He can't eat 4 slices.
Yeah.
Every other day.
Right.
It's just going to be too big. So you
Right.
allow yourself something that you want, because if you go into deprivation, it backfires on you.
Right.
And then
that
I think it's so much
reasonable. That
mental
makes
too.
sense.
it's so much mental too, don't you
I was just
think?
going to say
Like,
that.
it's
I was
so
thinking the same
mental.
thing. You got to put it in your head too, right?
I feel like, and you know, it's funny. I've told Linda this endless times. Is I think that there's a switch in your brain, and sometimes you can get to that switch, and sometimes you can't get to that switch. And this drug helped me push that switch to stop that. But it's scary to think about going off of it and not having and having those feelings and thoughts again of, oh my gosh, you get up in the morning now, what am I going to eat? What am I going to eat today? What am I going to eat? And then all of a sudden you just go off. You have to have a group or a person like you guys are very good at client maintenance.
Yeah, we stay with them. It's not
Yes.
like the doctor writes a prescription and never talk to you again.
Yes.
We've had people who have come with our client who a doctor prescribed them boxes of stuff and they never took it because nobody explained anything to them. And I'm like, you have this for 3 months and you haven't started it? You should have already been down.
Wow.
If you if you don't exercise, 4 pounds a month for an obese person. If you exercise and watch the calories, 8 to 9 pounds a month is reasonable.
Right.
So she could have lost 20-something pounds by the time the daughter's wedding came about, but she didn't know what to do with it because they just ordered the script and let her go. But we hold their hand if they need be.
That's nice.
Do you think when you actually go off of the medication at that, so say you wean yourself off,
Right.
and we'll just use me as an example because that's what it is, you know, because I have to talk about myself. Because I'm a Leo, you know. No, but when I go off of this medication, do you think that is it going to be hard for me to go to keep on a regular regimen?
As long as you don't do it abruptly, and depending on what the medication you're on, our doctors will review it and see if we should add on another prescription drug or maybe an herbal supplement that helps with the rebound prevention.
Yes.
Rebound is gaining the weight back. So it's behavioral, like what you're doing, so you want to keep on the right track. But remember, food is social. So if they say, oh, Monica, you want to go to, Fridays is out of business, but you want to go to a restaurant?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm only eating nuts and berries. I can't go.
Yeah.
No, you can go.
Of course.
There's a salad with grilled chicken usually at every
Right.
restaurant. Even if you get the burger, you could throw away the top bun
Yes.
or both buns.
Right.
Use tomato as the bun
Yep.
and sub broccoli or
Yep.
salad for the fries.
Can be done.
At least you're there.
Yep.
Right.
You know, and if you want to drink, you can have Jack and Diet or something that doesn't have too many calories.
Right.
You don't have to consume all the high calorie foods that maybe the rest of the group
So it's a
is
mindset.
to keep it going.
It's a
you know.
mindset.
It is.
In general, doing that most of the time.
Maybe put a picture of yourself on the fridge, how good you look, and you want to stay that way.
I'll just look in the mirror.
Well, sometimes walking in the kitchen and seeing that,
Yeah.
I mean, I want to stay that way. It's a lot. It's
Yes.
got to be a lot of mental too.
Yeah, I think
it
that
really
like the
has
mirror
to
or the
be.
refrigerator of like what your goal is and then what your goal, is to maintain. I think it's a
Yeah,
good idea.
yeah.
Yes.
Or a
I do
vision
too.
board.
She can do it. She can do it. She could totally do it. I think she's been You've come so far.
I know.
Right, you're not
so
gonna go back
far.
now,
I
you
don't
know.
think
I don't
you're
think
going to
so.
go
I mean,
back.
I did. It was hard, and I'll be honest with you. When I had my weight loss surgery, and then the year I was great. I had it off 6 years. I didn't have any issues, and then I went on. I went through a really big bout of depression, and the psychologist put me on a couple of drugs that were just I should never have been on.
Did you gain
And
weight from
I
those?
gained back 100 pounds, and then I couldn't get it
Wow.
back. Then I couldn't get it back off. So, in my case, I feel like. I mean, this is really important to me that I don't go back. I don't want to go through this again. Oh my God, I don't want
won't.
to do this again.
Unfortunately, they made that choice of medication because the class, I don't know the drug you took, but the class of drug I believe you're referring to sets the body up to be like a diabetic. Oh. And there could have been another one that actually sets the body up to be almost like a diet aid.
Yes.
And I'm sad that they picked that one over the other one for whatever reason. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I think that's a challenge that
Yeah.
we see. If we see certain medications, well, like you can't have, if they need that, they need to be on that. And that's between them and the psychiatrist. And we'll do the best we can.
Right.
But they do have a large appetite.
Right.
You know, they
Right.
maybe they do want to make 3 sandwiches at once.
Yes.
Where they would just have 1.
Yes.
So
yes.
it's where it works against you because it stimulates appetite and
Yeah.
other brain chemicals in the body and nervous systems.
I mean, I was lucky. I've been lucky in my life that I never went as heavy as I was. I never was a diabetic. I was always incredible. Like I would go to the doctor and they would be like, "How can you be this healthy? You weigh this much." I'm like, I don't know. But I'm very lucky in my my physiology that I'm not.
You are, because in the hospital when they work somebody up and they're expecting it to say diabetic and it's not on the chart, they think there's a mistake.
Yes, they do. They do.
Like somebody missed.
Yeah,
somebody
they're like,
missed the
what's
diabetes.
happening? Hey, we're going to go to a quick commercial. We're going to come back and we're going to talk about how combining these drugs and some of these therapies are going to work for you.
Are you looking at me? Are you looking at me in this beautiful set at Paradise Studios? Yep, this is Studio A, Paradise Studios in Long Island, New York. Right now I'm getting ready to record an infomercial for a client. If you need a place to record an infomercial, a news program, a sports show, this set is the bomb. We're set up now for a 3-camera shot. We got the green screen going. We do have a full LED video wall. So there's a lot of options here. So if you need to get some content done, if you have a product you want to showcase, if you want to set up a little infomercial, we can put it all together for you. This is the place to do it. Let's get your product, your brand out there. This is the place. I can help you do that. I'm the man for the job. My name is Bobby Lucera from Paradise Studios. I invite you to give me a call. Let's talk about your project and let's make it happen.
In the heart of Bowling Green, Ohio lies a treasure trove of wonders, a place where the joy of giving comes to life. Welcome to Poppy Lane Gifts and Decor, your ultimate destination for gifts that speak from a heart. Nestled in the heart of our community, Poppy Lane is more than just a store. It's a treasure trove of beauty and inspiration, carefully curated to bring joy and charm into your life and home. From the perfect piece to complete your cozy nook, to the ideal gift that says, "I thought of you." Every item in our collection tells a story. A story of craftsmanship, love, and a touch of magic. And because we believe in supporting local talent, Poppy Lane proudly features exclusive pieces from the area's finest artisans. When you shop with us, you're not just buying a gift, you're investing in the community, nurturing creativity, and celebrating local craftsmanship. So, whether you're celebrating a milestone, searching for that perfect piece to add to your collection, or simply treating yourself just because, Poppy Lane Gifts and Decor is your destination for the extraordinary. Visit us in the Woodland Mall on Main Street or shop online at poppylanegiftsandDecor.com. Poppy Lane Gifts and Decor, where every gift begins with a story.
He's good.
Hey, we're back. Welcome back. We're here with James Berlin from SCULPT at Legacy MedSpa, and we are MedSpa. Why do I keep saying
Mega?
It is a mega spa. I gotta say, the name of it is MedSpa, but it's a mega spa. It really is. So we've been talking about weight loss. We've been talking about some anti-aging. Now we want to talk about peptides because this is the new buzzword. Correct?
Correct. That's
what is a peptide?
Yes.
Okay, so peptide is a broad term. It just means a chain of amino acids together. Previously, you would find them in skincare products, like your cream had peptides, or a collagen drink with peptides added to help improve the health in one way or another. There are hundreds of them.
Oh.
When people are talking about internally used peptides today, it's split. So there are some that are FDA-approved ingredients that pharmacies, compounding pharmacies where they have a lab, can dispense, and then there are some that have to go through a peptide supplier, and they are not FDA cleared, but they are used. They're usually not FDA cleared because they are a natural product, so they cannot be patented and go through the process. It doesn't mean that they're dangerous or illegal, but they haven't gone through the FDA approval process. And then there are research chemicals that they have online that, like the bodybuilding community has used, and that is there is no legitimate use to that medically.
Okay.
And they don't know if it's coming from Russia or China, if the ingredient is pure, if it's contaminated, if it is even what it says it is on the label.
Wow.
So the peptides that most people are talking about now have to do with, let's say, post-weight loss is a big one. So people lose weight and they might have lost muscle, or they want to put on muscle. They don't want to lose any more weight, but they want to have better body composition. So more muscle and less fat.
I'm going to raise my hand to that.
So, I mean, who doesn't? And
Right.
like you said earlier,
Right.
the muscle burns more calories.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember being in my own personal struggle with weight. I've been heavy, thin, muscular. I was a runner. I was a soccer player. I was big, small, whatever. But I remember in high school at one point I was chubby, and I would eat one lunch. And there was a girl who sat across, and she would eat 2 lunches, and she looked like she was about 90 pounds.
Wow.
And I was
Oh,
like,
my
how can that be
goodness.
that
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm triple the size,
Right.
Yeah.
but she eats double me?
Right.
It doesn't seem fair. But
Right.
she was an athlete, and she was very muscular.
Oh, there you go.
And then
Yeah.
some is genetic,
Yeah.
Some is
Yes.
genetic.
Yeah.
And that might not last her whole
Yeah.
life, as things change and so forth.
Right,
But
right.
I know from personal experience, if I'm training or whatever, muscle does burn more calories.
Right.
You can get away with something and you don't see it if the person has more muscle mass.
Right.
Plus you feel stronger.
Right. So what about the hype? There's a huge amount of hype around peptides now. Like everything's got peptides. Oh, you're going to have this with peptides, that with peptides. I mean, is there stuff that you should stay away from? Should you not buy it on Amazon? What
Right, because
what do you
we don't.
think?
There's not enough info
Right,
out there
right.
about it. Like, what do you?
Well, I mean, if you're buying something on Amazon, it's a cosmetic or a food grade product. It's not a clinical thing that's going to change anything. It would really have to be prescribed or ordered by a doctor,
Oh, I
either
see.
through a compounding pharmacy or through
Okay.
a peptide supplier.
Okay.
And then the doctor can dispense it themselves, or they can drop ship it from the pharmacy, or however they agree to do it.
Okay.
Most of them are injectable.
Oh.
Some of them are oral, and more are coming in the oral form. But the problem is absorption is very poor. So as soon as it hits the stomach,
Yes.
the acid
We were
and the
talking
enzymes
about that.
destroy it.
He said
And these
this
are
to
very
us.
gentle things. They're very gentle proteins. They die just like insulin for a diabetic. If
Yeah.
you drink the insulin, it's destroyed by the
It's
stomach.
destroyed.
It doesn't
That's why
work.
it's in.
It has to be
I
injected.
never
even with all
realized
the
that.
technology.
What about even like a
So
dropper
interesting.
under the tongue or anything? Would that?
There's still enzymes and stuff
Still
in the tongue.
enzyme.
Yeah, you might get a little more.
Amazing.
He
little
said
more
this
than-
to us last week because when we were over there with you, and you said that because we were talking about collagen, colostrum, all these different things that you drink, and that was a like eye-opening for us, right?
Well,
We were
'cause
like,
I was-
what? Because we were like, he said you drink it, it goes into your stomach, you got your stomach acids, and stomach acids kill most of it.
Destroys most of it.
Well, because my collagen, it says collagen peptides. It has 19 amino acids in it, but it goes in my coffee. I'm ingesting it, so basically it's
When it hits your stomach, those 19 amino acids are separated.
right.
Right.
But you
Right.
see, we don't know that
Right.
stuff. See, you,
Right.
a pharmacist, someone with this background knows this stuff.
Right.
We
So
don't know
what you
that
got to
stuff.
do is you got to call James and find out what's going on because
You got a
can't
lot
get
of
it. You
info.
can't do it yourself.
You got a lot
We
of
are
info.
going to have though. We had talked about too. We're going to have a couple of events at your place, and we're going to invite people. We're going to invite if you guys want to come and just to find out about this stuff and ask questions because what I found out is my doctor, and I love my doctor, but let me tell you, she gave me that prescription for Saxenda and Wegovy and said, here you go on this will help. And I went away and I had headaches, and then when I went on Saxenda, I had headaches, I was tired, I didn't know what to do, I was throwing up, I didn't know, I'm like, what? I called her up, I'm like, well, I got to go off of this. She goes, oh, well, here's what you should do. I'm like, what? You know where I found the information? Facebook groups.
Oh, wow.
I went online to find the other people that were having the same things. So the doctors that are prescribing these drugs to these late girls, I mean, even my daughter and these moms are going in there, they're not getting education as far as what these are going to do, how to handle it with your body. My daughter had to do her own research.
Yeah, I mean, docs are super busy, and they got 100 patients
Yeah.
a day.
Right.
Maybe they
Yeah.
don't have the time with each
Right.
one. But we have a little bit different setting. It's more like a spa environment.
Yes.
It's not like a hospital clinic
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
a train station where people are coming in like crazy. Unfortunately, because the insurance companies pay them less, they got to take 50 to 100 appointments a day, and that means 8 minutes with the patient.
Right.
And not make a mistake or miss something in that time period.
Yeah.
They can't really do everything that they want to do. But if the patient is told, we suggest you take a magnesium supplement to prevent constipation. If it's bad, you can get Miralax. Walmart has the generic one over the counter. You don't even need a prescription. If you're very nauseous, our doctor will call in a prescription to your pharmacy. Make sure we have your pharmacy name and phone number on file, because if it happens late at night, maybe we can get a 24-hour pharmacy and just go pick it up, so they don't go through that alone.
Right.
And then what their goal is. So some people only need to lose 10 pounds, but really they're training for a race. So weight loss is not their thing. Eventually it's fitness. And there are some people who the BMI is like 42, which they're morbidly obese. They will die if they don't have an intervention.
Yes.
And they just want to have an improvement in life, like reducing the chance of heart attack, stroke, and aneurysm, which these medications also do.
Right.
So it's, we try to take it one person at a time and go through everything with them. If they have a little reaction and quit, what good is it? They went through all this for nothing.
Right.
Nobody told them. It might be red where you inject. It's normal. It'll go away in a day or two, and it may never happen again. Or it might happen every other time.
Well, we love your program and what you've got going on because you guys, number one, are very client-centered. And you also offer telehealth. You also offer, and listen, most of you people, I shouldn't say most, a lot of people out there, the insurance companies are just stopping paying for it now.
Right.
So the other option you have is to go to James, who does, you guys have you have the consultations, you have the compounding pharmacies, and you can make a program that's specific to each person, and I love that.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
it's not $4,000 a month either. I mean, it's crazy.
It's affordable.
It's affordable. It's wonderful. I think you guys are really on the cutting edge of something really great here.
Yeah, we want to serve the public. At the bottom.
Yes.
The bottom line is we want to serve the public, and the insurance criteria, if you're not diabetic, it's heart valve disease with obesity or heart failure with obesity. And then Zepbound is sleep apnea. But again, the co-payment is $700 on many people's insurance. So being covered is not really for me, covered means $10, $25.
Yes, exactly.
Even $50.
I would do $50.
Even $50. It used to be $1.50. Those days are over. Even $50 to me is a co-payment, but $700 is not a co-payment.
Right.
And
But
then,
can we get back to the peptides just for 1 minute? What's going on with that, though? Is that something you just started talking about?
Well, we've been doing some of them for quite a while.
You
and
have.
Then there's some new ones, and there's some new interest. So
Yeah.
people are seeing things online or on Facebook. So, do you guys do Glow Stack? And I'm like, that's not a brand name. It's just somebody's putting something together and calling it this. And yeah, we have that, but nobody ever called it that. Oh, well, they're charging $600 for this. No, just come. We'll do the same thing, and it's not going to be that much.
Goodness.
Because what if you do it 1 or 2 months, and your hair and skin look better? You're not going to do that for 6 months. Because there are other things you need. What if you need energy?
Right.
And NAD infusions with a bag, right, to get fluids and energy at the same time is great. And our doctors are terrific. It's about $300, and people feel energized. But they're not going to do that every week.
Right.
But they can go home with one
that
they can use at home for a fraction of the cost. So do maybe the first one or second one in the office, and they have the experience, they get well hydrated. It feels great if you ever got IV hydration, the drip. Because most people are on the border of dehydration.
Yeah.
It's not just for a hangover. It's just they call it that hangover relief.
Hangover cure.
And depending on what you have, maybe they put some vitamins in the bag and so forth.
Interesting.
But the NAD gives you energy. It also gives the skin a glow. And they have different combinations. They have the Superman stack.
Oh my goodness.
Which releases growth hormone.
Wow.
There's something in there that helps increase testosterone for guys who have low testosterone.
Interesting.
And for women, they have the Superwoman.
Superwoman.
That contains something that, in addition, it has the growth hormone and the anti-inflammatory and more muscle, less fat. It has the option of the increase in sex drive. Wow. And that's the PT1.
Woohoo!
Well, who knew about Did we?
But there are hundreds of them. It's not just one thing.
Interesting. This is so interesting because a lot of women don't know about this. I'm sure. I mean,
it's building. It's building. I think last they said that it's a $47 billion industry. Peptides. A lot of them. What you're talking about, like you can buy it commercially, like Amazon, Walmart, or whatever online. But a big portion is the ones that are either prescription. Or administered by a doctor.
Right. Well, what I love is that you guys take the time to sit down and talk with people one-on-one and say, hey, listen, here's what is your problems? Let me help you.
Right,
Let's do this specifically. And just so you know, I am going off of Wegovy, and I'm going to go on to James's program, which I'm very excited about. And we're gonna let you know how it goes, and you can watch it over the next year and see how that goes. And I'll be honest,
We want you to be honest.
Yeah, and it's great. What do you think? And then also, you know what? We talked about Sculpt, and you also do the body sculpting, which we're going to have a kind of a series on next week. We want to kind of do this as a series. We want to have James on first to talk about this, and then we're going to talk about Sculpt, and we're going to talk about some of the aesthetics and different things in the next couple of weeks. And we're even going to have a doctor and talk about the plastic surgery options and things like that for people to do. But I'm really encourage you to call James at Legacy MedSpa or DM us. It'll be all over our social media. You'll have his information. And go over there and have them, just sit down with them for a consultation.
Yeah, consultation is free. It's no pressure.
Right.
We want you to be comfortable and help any way we can. Everything is customized.
Yes.
And we work as partners, and we watch your money like it's our money. So if there's a way to get somewhere for less, we'll offer that suggestion if your main goal is something else. Because at the end of the month, the expendable income is only so much, whether you're rich or poor or whatever, or maybe you're not willing to. And I'm not willing. I don't want to waste money. Right. I know I spend X amount on this, X amount on Y, and that's it. But if the person doesn't need a high-priced thing that they're already getting, we'd say, you know what, you could taper that down.
Right.
This is a substitute, and this is where you need to focus. And you might save money at the end of the month anyway.
Yes.
Because you're just focusing on what's important for that person.
And don't forget, people, this is not supposed to be forever. It's supposed to be, just like we said, you're supposed to be able to taper off. And then you've got a whole team with your team there to help you in the future.
Oh, yeah.
Like
the new testosterone restoration. It's 3 months, and you stop. You're not on it for life like the old way. And then you just monitor the blood.
Right.
Peptide therapy is usually 3 months.
Oh, that's awesome.
Muscle and fat, anti-inflammatory, tennis elbow, etc. 3 months, and you stop.
Will you come back and talk more about some of this stuff?
We'll have him back because we got to go today. I want to thank you for coming on.
I know.
It's always a pleasure to see you.
Yes, we love you.
Speak with you
Oh, how much we love you guys.
I could listen to him for hours.
I know.
Because you're so well informed.
You're the only one.
You speak really well. Well, that's what they always say.
Well, I like it because you're very down to earth and you're very you talk. People can understand what you say. It's not all these words.
All right, we got to go.
So.
We got to go.
All right, she's always making me be quiet.
Because we're over time, we have to go. It is a show that does come to an end. Thank you again, James.
It was a pleasure.
Everybody tune in again next week. We're going to continue this.
Yes.
We're going to continue this. All right? Have a fabulous week, everybody.